Welcome back to part 2 of how to use your thoughts and feelings to ensure that your actions match what you say you want to do or not to do. This is the Thriving Thoughts podcast, and you're listening to the final season in which you're invited to incorporate all the principles of a thriving thought world that you've learned right here on the show to be intentional with living the life you say you want to live. I'm your host, Dr. Sherri. Episode 206 is a prerequisite to today's intentional practice. I trust you've completed your intentional practice described in that episode. Today, we'll round it out. In that exercise, you wrote down a list of the goals and habits you want to incorporate into your life. Well, at least you say you want to, accompanied by the thoughts and feelings associated with not doing them. Then you imagined how you would feel if you did do them. Proud, motivated, inspired, confident, etc. Today, you're going to learn a key thought strategy that, when deliberately and consistently rehearsed, will produce the doing that you so desire. In all things, you have a choice. That means you have a choice to do or not to do the thing you say you want to do. The truth of your ability to choose must be reflected in the thoughts associated with your goal or habit. If you believe you don't have a choice, that you have little to no control over creating the life you say you want, your thoughts are going to look like this. Fill in the blanks at the end of each. I wish I had time to. I know I should. I have to. Or I need to. The common denominator among each of these thoughts is this. You have no choice. I wish I had time to convinces you that you are unable to do the thing and operates on the assumption that time, not you, decides what you do or don't do. I know I should convinces you that you are basing that goal or habit off of what you believe others or society expects from you. And it disregards, doesn't even consider what you want for your life. I have to. Again, convinces you that you don't have a choice, that someone or something is forcing you against your will. There's nothing more demotivating than that. I don't know about you, but when I feel forced to do something, I fight like mad not to do it. And finally, I need to. Keeps you in a perpetual state of inaction because whether or not you need to is irrelevant. The true questions are, do you really want to? And are you? All of the thought habits I just listed, they're passive. They're reflective of a person who is stuck in a mindset in which others, events, and time controls their choices. Friends, I assure you, you have the power to make any choice you want to make. And you have the power to accept the consequences of that choice, be they positive or negative. When you remain in a passive, I don't have a choice thought loop, you may be choosing it because you haven't analyzed the consequences of your choice. Or you have, and you think you can avoid them, so you then avoid making the choice, which keeps you in a state of inaction and perpetual dissatisfaction. You are in charge of your life. If you get nothing else from this podcast, get that. It's a huge responsibility, yes, because it means you're responsible for doing what you say you want to do. You're responsible for your happiness and fulfillment. No one, no thing can give that to you. When we shift our thoughts toward active ones, empowered by choice, they start to look like this. I am blank today by doing this. We set about in our minds that we are going to do the thing and not even that we're going to, that we are doing it. And we accept the things, habits, or thoughts that we must sacrifice in order to do that thing. Your thoughts, when positioned in active form, set you up for success by inviting you to get rid of anything that may hinder you. Old thoughts, alternatively, are filled with excuses, and they invite you to look for all the reasons why you can't do the thing you say you want to do. Another active choice-driven thought is this. I choose to sacrifice this so I can do this. Be honest with yourself. Yes, in all likelihood, you will have to sacrifice a habit in order to incorporate a new one. You can't keep practicing an old one, yet claim to want a new one. Well, you can, but you'll just be lying to yourself, and you're worth more than being lied to, especially by you. Write your alternative thought on the worksheet you started from the last episode. Ask yourself, is this active? Meaning you're using a verb that connotes action in the present, not the past or the future. And is it empowered by your ability to choose, using the I in conjunction with your verb selection, and reflective of the habits you're sacrificing in order to pursue the one you say you want? Dieter F. Uchtdorf said, "You have agency and you are free to choose." But there is actually no free agency. agency has its price. You have to pay the consequences of your choices. Yes, friend, you have the power to make sure that your choices lead to the consequences of feeling good about yourself, proud of your decisions, and inspired to continue pursuing them, refusing to remain in a perpetual state of powerlessness. You can have what you say you want if you're willing to think it and do it. And that's how you thrive through the power of intention.